Demi Moore's daughter reveals the childhood ritual that she and her sisters still do as adults, and you're not going to believe what it is.
And Bow Wow can't believe how much alcohol women can drink, and Gabby Sidibe ain't got Kardashian money for no kids' birthday parties.
And I am about to ready to break it all down.
Welcome to Side Dish.
The world is yours.
Oh boy, you guys know it. Here's the mantra. Here at Side Dish, we're more than an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun. We're the whole meal, fam.
Hope you brought an appetite.
Hope you brought an appetite. Joining us again is the co-host of 94.5 Street's Morning Takeover, radio and personality, Miss Shyneka.
I'm so happy to be back with you, fellas.
No,
I'm so happy you're here.
Yes, I love the love.
Now, me and Sis go way back, and it's always good to see familiar faces in
You
the places,
already
man.
know.
So we're going to dive into some Feed Me. Be sure you shout out, big shout out to all the people that's in the chat right now. Be sure you keep the comments going and flowing. We see them, we read them, and sometimes we respond. This is me on the keyboard responding to your messages, okay? And she's doing it too, so we're all here. All right, now, all I'm going to say is if you're scared of heights, cover your eyes right now. Or at least peek through your fingers, because what we're about to see will give you the worst case of anxiety ever.
Oh no. Wait, what? What are they doing?
Oh, it gets narrow.
What is this?
It's a literal stairway to heaven.
Or no, hold on. Those couple steps look like little ramps.
Oh.
Like you just slide right
One
off.
misstep, you'll be in hell.
Now, how far would you hike up?
No, I would not be around that at all.
Yeah.
That is not for me.
Oh.
Yo, it reminds me, there's these steps I did when I was in LA last time. Apparently they've been there for a long time.
Santa Monica stairs?
Not the Santa Monica, name another place that sounds slightly more dangerous.
Slightly more dangerous?
Yo, you go all the way up these stairs, or also you could do a trail.
Runyon Canyon?
Not Runyon Canyon, because that's what I would normally do.
Okay.
But yo, these steps are everything. And it felt steep like that. Like you see the whole city once you get to the top. And there was at some points where I felt like I could fall, but at least there were guardrails. That had no guardrails.
At all.
That looked like, why is it everything over in those countries you could just like fall off and die?
Well, because it's in China, right?
Yeah.
And they have a lot of people there.
They got extra folks.
So sometimes they will build these things there to where like they can, kind of trim a little off the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The adventurous ones.
Like, oh, you knew the risk?
I'm really scared for those people that are making that plight up those stairs. That's crazy.
Miss Shyneka, do you have issues with height? Like, are you scared of
Yes,
heights?
I do. I am very scared of heights.
You do roller coasters and stuff?
Hell no. One time I was on a roller coaster with my dad. It's called the Georgia Cyclone when it first came out. You could clearly see my dad, but I'm like, you couldn't even see me. So yeah, I don't do heights, falls, roller coasters, none of that.
Like, is there a brave thing that you feel like you have done that you are proud of? Like, yo, I did that.
That one time.
Oh, just that roller coaster?
Okay, all right. We know where we're at. We understand what we're doing. Yeah. Well, if you do, don't look out the windows over there. We're high up here.
You skydove? Oh, you have not skydived?
No, I have not skydived. But we've talked about this, and if you want to do it, I'll go do it with you.
Okay.
Okay, like we'll do it at the same time because we'll both have the same tandem pilot, right?
And then you guys can jump out the plane together.
We'll have different dudes or females pulling the strap. Like, I don't know how to do it.
Oh.
I don't either. I tell you, my fear is I'm gonna pull the cord, I'm gonna get tangled up in the cord, and the thing won't come out. That is my fear about that.
Right.
And I also want to make sure whoever my tandem person is someone that God likes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of someone who God likes, Rumor Willis, the 36-year-old daughter of Bruce Willis and Demi Moore, stopped by the What in the Winkler podcast. And while talking parenting, Rumor revealed that her 2-year-old daughter still sleeps in the bed with her, and that she still sleeps in the bed with her mom, Demi, and that she hopes when her daughter is her age, she'll still sleep in the bed with her. Now, get this. Rumor also said that her and her sisters all still take baths together.
What the hell?
And that's just kind of the house they grew up in. People might think that's crazy and weird, but she doesn't. You had me until baths.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can sleep in the bed with, my mom or maybe my sister, take a nap, but not a bath.
That is weird because adult parts are different than maybe you used to take baths with your cousins or your siblings like when you were a kid.
Right.
But this is adult pH that you are soaking into the tub like tea bags.
And I don't know where your pH has been.
Right.
Yeah.
Like what happens if you get too many multiple pHs in the same tub and they just start?
It's called a cesspool.
Yeah, it's definitely one thing if it's like some parents like, all right, you toddlers, you little kid, and they get in here, they spray you off and they scrub you all up in terms of efficiency. But once you get to be an adult, that's private time.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, this is stuff poor people do.
And the Willises
Are not poor.
They got that Die Hard money.
Yeah.
And that
Right.
Demi Moore money.
They really love each other, though.
That's a
to
different
do
type
that.
of love. This is a different type.
Is this a thing that's maybe more prone for women to do than men?
No, I don't know any women that would ever do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I think the closest thing that I see men do to it, and I haven't seen it with my own eyes, I only heard about it, but
Okay.
like when you go to places like in Atlanta, there's a place called Jeju.
Yeah,
and
Jeju.
they have like a weird little bath section back
they
there.
scrub you down.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, well the women part, I don't know about the men, but the women part, they lay you out and they scrub you down and you're fully naked in front of other women. It's an all-day spa, it's 24 hours.
Here's the thing is we're over here talking about the Willis sisters bathing together, but you're talking about getting scrubbed down together?
Yeah, but I don't go to Jeju for that exact reason. Yeah.
So you get scrubbed down and then you go do the salt baths and not the salt baths, but the
It's
salt
like a
rooms.
spa scenario.
Yes, the spa. I come for the spa experience. Now, this is definitely optional.
Yeah.
So you don't have to partake in the scrub down.
I opted out of that part because I'm like, this is Atlanta, no. And so I put my little robe on and I went and like sat in one of them little hot rooms and stuff, like
Yeah.
fully clothed. It's like, man, like, people be looking.
I mean, if I was a guy, I would look at you.
If I was a girl, I'm looking at girls.
Okay.
I was about to park into a weird corner, so I'm gonna get out of this. Zip. Bow Wow was partying in a Houston club when he decided to be nice and give his full bottle of alcohol to some women, but when he got the bottle back, it was pretty much empty. Yeah. Check out his hilarious reaction.
Yeah.
He looked very appalled by that.
I'm not sure, man. Girls, listen, Bow Wow. Women are very, very legitimately thirsty. They're parched. They like that free booze.
There's a lot of deep throats in that club.
Oh, boy. Bring me another bottle. Let's go.
Yeah, because like how much? Because what that look like from a distance to you? Is that Hennessy? No.
No, it looks like Don Julio.
It looks like a Julio bottle, but it's brown. So it's maybe that high
tequila.
level reposado.
Yeah.
Like a reposado.
The girls
tequila?
really love that, especially in Atlanta.
Oh,
Usually when I say, hey, I'll buy you a drink, and like they come back with that, and I usually have to pay a lot of money because apparently they don't make cheap alcohol.
They don't.
No, they don't like that. Let me tell you something. As Dish Nation's head of streets research,
Okay.
women do not like cheap alcohol.
No, they don't. And for that exact reason, I've been off of alcohol for 2 months.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. I feel like I deserve a pendant or something for
Yeah.
my sobriety.
I
That's
found
like a
this. I found
60-day
this
pin.
bead on the couch.
Oh,
there
thank
we go.
you. I'll take it proudly.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Couch bead.
That's
Thank you.
That's like how when
I'll
they
put
give you
it in my
the
bosom.
sobriety thing.
Yeah, you get the coins or the pin.
Yeah, that's a sobriety bead.
I'll hold it near to my heart.
Man, there's been times, I'm trying to think about times where I've been out. I don't go to clubs and I'm not in the bottle game where I'm like,
Okay.
oh, bring the bottle. But there have been times where I've been out or had a party at my house and I'm like, oh yeah, just make yourself a cocktail or we've got beers in the fridge. And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, guess I'll have myself no more. They're gone. They're all gone now.
See, I buy alcohol for other people because I'm not really a big drinker per se. But side note, do you think it takes as much alcohol to get Bow Wow drunk as it would like a full size human?
Probably not.
It depends on his tolerance.
Okay. But you think it would
Exactly.
be low because he's low.
Well, you can increase your tolerance.
Exactly. And so that was another reason why I stopped drinking, because my tolerance
Got too high.
had
Yeah.
preceded me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so as in you had to drink a lot more to get
I
there?
had to drink a lot more, and I don't trust that person.
I feel you.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
same way. Like when I get to the point where I'm like, well, this bottle's for me, that's when I go, oh, no, it's time to slow it down again.
Or when you're drinking, when you're drinking alone, it's like, I don't think I should.
Y'all were about to graduate to pirate status.
Yeah.
A little swashbuckling going on in the bar.
Exactly.
Guys, this is a funny one. Maury Povich has a new podcast called On Par with Maury Povich, and his wife, Connie Chong, was on the podcast with him. And while the two of them were playing a game, Connie asked Maury Povich, when does he feel the sexiest? And his answer, let's just say he might be the father.
Now, the two have been married for 41
I
years.
feel sexiest when
You or me?
you.
I feel sexiest on Sundays.
Never on Sunday.
Not in our house.
Oh,
It's always been. Everybody says, can we play golf on Sunday? Nope. Sundays with Connie.
I'm not.
All right.
Okay, Connie Chong zipping the lips, not telling the story.
Now, the two have been married for 41 years.
Wow.
Do you feel like couples should take sexy time and dedicate a night a week to it?
I mean, if that's what your schedule called for, because some people are busier than others. Like some people, like, you're going to be around all the time and you can just get it in, because you're in the kitchen and wearing a skirt. Or then sometimes you got to be like, all right, cool, the kid's going to be at camp for 4 hours, let's go.
Right.
And you got to make it, you got to schedule it.
I have heard that's a secret for like a long-lasting relationship. Is like in the beginning of the relationship, a lot of times it works itself out for itself. But then like years later in the relationship, you've got kids, you got other things going on. That a lot of times people will let it go, they'll let it slide, and weeks and months will go by.
Yeah.
But you have to schedule it. Is what I hear. I don't know anything about that.
I mean, they both weren't giving sexy to me, but they aren't married to me either. So
You don't think you didn't pick up on tension there?
it was weired, right?
The demonic smile that fell upon Maury's grill when he was talking about
Sexy
Sunday. No, like you can see like like when Stevie J used to make that smile.
Yeah. For me, it's Connie when she's like, and she's like not gonna say anything, and she goes to lock her lips.
Right.
I'm like, oh boy.
I don't think she's impressed by that anymore. I'm sorry.
Maybe. But also, how old are they? Is this what it looks like when you're 65, 70 years old?
I mean, when you've been married 41 years.
Yeah.
Assume the position, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. We know what works.
You can't teach those dogs any old tricks.
By the way, Maury
Any new
Povich
tricks.
is 86.
That
and
is
still
crazy.
talking about sexy Sundays with Connie.
Man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When they say Asian don't raisin,
Right?
they ain't playing around. Like, I would have never guessed. If you had to, if you threw a picture up of Connie Chung and said,
Right.
how old is she? I'd have never guessed 72.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Looking great.
If you really want to have your mind blown, Google Katie Tong. She is a anchor in New York.
Okay.
Probably knows this woman.
Okay.
So you automatically assume
She
they know
older
each
than
other.
her, and she look young,
Really?
like dumb young.
Yeah.
All right.
If you know,
then.
you know.
All right. Well, let's talk about Gabby Sidibe. All right. She stopped by our girl Sherry Shepherd's show, and she told Sherry she is not having no parties for her kids. Check it out.
I had 2 babies, okay?
You had 2 babies.
It makes you stupid.
You are a mother of twins. You said that you were not throwing a big birthday party.
To be fair, they had to trick me into having the baby shower. I don't like parties. We are 100% going to celebrate
my
them.
goodness.
But we're going to celebrate them with an experience. We'll take them to the zoo or to
Right.
the aquarium, but they're not going to remember our party.
Right.
And also, look, the Kardashians have made it very hard for us, okay? for those of us with regular money.
Yes.
I'm not spending $100,000 on some circus themed thing that the babies can only experience through pictures. That's
Yes.
crazy. And then and I get wanting to celebrate the parents and stuff. I don't like that many people in my house. So I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. My husband also is not a party person.
Okay.
We're gonna get it by the time they're 3. That's probably their first party.
Yeah.
That we'll have, but they ain't got no friends now. And I'm like, damn,
Right?
they don't know what a birthday is neither.
okay.
We're just gonna have an experience,
Yeah,
and
do the
then
experience. I got
let
you.
me put Kardashian money away.
Okay.
So that I can then have the Astro theme, space theme. Because that's the other thing. These parties need a theme,
Yeah.
and I'm dead up here. I had 2 babies. Okay,
You had 2 babies.
It makes you stupid for a bit. Like,
Just for a little.
Yeah, I need my brain back so I can start thinking of a theme. Because right now I'm thinking Alfred Hitchcock, and that seems wrong.
That's wrong. Yeah, we don't want that thing. We don't
Freddy
want no Rod Serling.
I like her style, man.
Yeah, she's fine.
I love her. Yeah. The babies are really cute. But I can't help, but I want to do like the black and white Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, they each got a kid.
And,
Yeah.
Because like the one
so
that the dude was holding, like, oh yeah, that's definitely your kid. The one that she was holding, that's definitely your kid. They went 50-50, half on the baby.
It's so
Yes,
funny.
they did.
Here's my thing too: is like, well, I mean, people could come for me for this, but it's like, and some people would be like, yes, I remember things from from when I was 2 years old, and I'm like, do you really? You don't remember that much from 2? I'm not sure that I remember birthday parties before like 7 or 8, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's wild.
You
Were
know?
drinking?
No, but it's just like I can't recall. Like I don't know what I was doing on my 5th birthday party, let alone my 1st or my 2nd.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why she's like, these kids aren't gonna remember it.
I know, I agree. I see a lot of times adults will throw birthday parties that are more so for them.
Yeah.
Which is like a celebration for them keeping their child alive for a year.
Exactly. And that's what it's about, the other parents at this point. It's not about the kids at all.
Yeah, them first 2 ones, you could just do whatever, because them kids ain't gonna remember
Kids
nothing.
don't even know that they're poor at that age.
Right.
Or
The
rich
existence-
even.
the
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
they
like
don't
it's
know
all a
they're
blur.
Rich or poor. Yeah.
Like, what was like your first party that you remember having growing up?
Oh man, I had a block party in the neighborhood, and I only really remember because there are so many pictures to prove that it was a party out there with my little friends. Yeah, that was I think I was 5 years old.
Okay. Do you remember your very first party? Like,
I
Well,
don't.
I know you said you don't remember the first one, but the first one you remember, which
Yeah,
was it?
I don't know which one this was, but it was like we were doing homemade ice cream, you know, with the thing and the bucket and the rock salt, and then I had like a couple friends over and I had like a Ninja Turtles cake or something like that. That's my early vague memory of it.
When you have a good themed cake, it's gonna add to the
Yeah.
memory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna make the party pop.
What about you?
One time at band camp. Okay, so it had to be my 6th birthday. My mom won me a birthday cake off of the radio.
Okay.
Yeah, so she decided to let a 6-year-old hold the cake, and I dropped the whole cake on the sidewalk.
How heavy was the cake?
I don't know, I was 6.
But you're also 6 years old. Yeah, it's
and I
like.
dropped it on the curb.
Man, I put a lot of pressure on my 6-year-old.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, shout out to Gabby Sidibe for doing things her way, and when they finally have parties that they can remember,
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sure they're going up, man.
Yeah, they're gonna throw big.
Anyway, yo, listen, man, we had a very special guest come through. We got to chat with the stars and the director of the horror comedy Hell of a Summer. It's Stranger Things Finn Wolfhard, Billy Brick, and Fred Heckinger. They're coming up in 2 minutes.
Welcome back. All right, the weather is getting warmer outside, so you know it's going to be a hell of a summer, and that is also the name of the slasher horror comedy from these three guys right here. We got Finn Wolfhard, Billy Brick, and Fred Heckinger. How you doing? Welcome to Side Dish.
Dude, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
All right, now, Fred, can you give everybody who is watching this the elevator pitch to what this movie is about and why they should head to the theaters?
Yeah, this movie is called Hell of a Summer, and it's a comedy slasher that's set at a summer camp. I played Jason Hochberg, who is getting a little too old for camp, but loves it more than anyone. So he keeps going to camp, and people are getting a little tired of him. And then once that starts happening, a slasher also appears on the camp. So it's a coming-of-age ensemble comedy that takes place at a slasher camp.
Yo,
Nice.
Y'all acting is on point because you seemed way older in the movie. Like when you came in here, I was like, yo, he young. Let's take a look at a scene from the movie real quick.
Jason Hochberg. He's the killer.
No. Wait. Whoa!
Claire, stay back. He's the killer.
I'm not.
R2.
Get off of him!
You're the one who took our phones.
Yeah, it's camp policy.
And you're the one that found Debbie's body.
Yeah.
That was a coincidence.
And you're like 45 and you still go to summer camp.
Yeah, I'm only 24.
Save it for the jury.
Get off of him!
Claire, enough. He clearly hates himself, so he snapped and started killing off the hottest counselors.
Wait, what? Time out. We don't know that. That's subjective.
No, we do. It's obvious.
You guys are insane.
I agree with Claire. He's definitely killing a random.
I'm not killing at all.
He's not the killer.
All right, so okay, Finn and everybody, what is it about a summer camp that makes it a great location for the slasher horror fix?
I think it's sort of got this timeless quality to it that I think really, gives everyone a bit of nostalgia, but also at the same time, like, puts a lot of characters and it gives you a chance, at least as writers, to put a lot of younger characters in sort of crazy positions and crazy scenarios.
It's like we want to get them alone in the woods, but not too alone. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Together, have them together.
And for Finn and Billy, how easy is it to co-direct and write a film together? Like, do you have to flip a coin to see who name gonna go first on the poster, or is just kind of like, I don't know, you just let the universe take care of it?
Always alphabetical.
Yeah, I mean, this was a process because we started writing it so long ago, and we were so close to the film and all the material by the time we shot. There really wasn't a whole lot of times that we disagreed on set. Like, I think that our vision for the movie was so in line with each other that, like, 9 times out of 10, we'd call cut and we'd talk and we'd have the same exact note and the same adjustment. And then anytime there was sort of little things that we disagreed with, it just it was just the best idea wins. Whoever could sort of argue their idea and convince the other person, we would just go with that.
Totally.
So I've produced a couple films, and I find sometimes when you're co-directing with somebody, sometimes it's almost quicker to be like, all right, we're gonna do one take this way, one take your way, and then move on, and we'll fix it in the edit. That way you have both options, which is like kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for us it was like kind of the opposite. It was like both of us having kind of the exact same, exact same idea sort of what to do with the scene, and then if there were like little things that we wanted to try that one of us was more confident in or wanted to do, we would do that as well.
Mm-hmm. Like, for everybody who doesn't understand the magic that goes into all of this, right? You said it took you a while to write it and actually get it to the point where we're about to release it on April 4th. From the day you guys said, yo, we're gonna make this movie, to now, how long did all of that take?
From the day, probably 6 years.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we started writing it as teenagers. I was 19 at the time, and now I'm 25, so I'm older than the character that we were making fun of for being hilarious. It's like a fun thing.
You're too old to be directed.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's crazy that it's coming out now. It's incredible. It feels like we came of age with this movie. It's really kind of a special coincidence.
That's sweet.
That's a wild one. You played Carcella in Gladiator 2. Who should the counselors be more scared of if they encountered him or the killer from the movie?
Oh, that's a great question. I think the killer in this movie has a plan and is intending. I mean, I would say they both are capable of bloodshed and cruelty, but Carcella might get like distracted by himself and wander off into the woods, whereas the killer in this movie is purposeful,
on a mission.
So I'd be more scared. I think if Carcella was in this movie, I think maybe more people would survive.
Nice.
Okay. He worked a little loose.
Right, yeah, he needed the infrastructure, you know. If he doesn't have that, I don't know how far he would get.
Nice.
Yeah, everybody has a gateway film that brings them into the world of horror. I think for me, it was probably a movie called Dead and Buried, or possibly The Shining. The Shining had me sleeping with a little switchblade at night for a couple of weeks. What was each of y'all horror movie that, like, you know, growing up as a kid, that still kind of like lives rent-free in your head to this day?
In terms of what was scary to me, I mean, it's not a horror film, but The Wizard of Oz scared me so much as a little kid that I got so afraid of witches that I would try to set witch traps around my house. I still don't like witches. I don't know if, like, in the movie, my character doesn't like ghosts and paranormal, and that's me in real life as well. I didn't like that, so I was very afraid of horror films. And then when I started watching like Scream or Shaun of the Dead, these sort of horror comedies, they like won me over, and then I got into horror from there.
When we filmed the Ouija board scene, Billy, who's acting in that scene, didn't really want to be in it, like his character. He was like trying to figure out ways.
Get out.
Yeah, he's like, maybe I could film it from outside. Like, maybe someone could stand in here. And we're like, you have to be in the scene. You're a part of the scene.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna get a fake Ouija board, and then they got like a real one. If you believe that ain't real, but I was like, mix up the letters or something. So it's not like, don't do like the official thing, but they didn't listen.
I mean, if an evil spirit wanted to come through a fake Ouija board, I think it'd find a way. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's a good way of looking at it. Yeah.
No matter what, we had a problem.
Were there any like unique challenges on set, or any like what we were talking before, and it's like, were you ever like watching a death scene or watching yourself perhaps get stabbed, and you're like, oh, like, is it weird to watch yourself get stabbed in a film like this?
Yeah, I mean, you know, difficulties I feel like that we had was time sometimes. You know, it was an independent film, so, you know, we had 19 days to film everything. So just trying to get everything, you know, that we wanted to in the best of our ability in the time that, you know, crunch that we were under.
The kill scenes, though, they're like sometimes weird things, like just blood splattering in the wrong way, or like the blood cannon like kind of jamming, or you're wanting to hit the blood against a mirror in a way that the light is hitting it right. Like, that stuff would take a long time. But then there was other things like bigger, sort of gorier kills that we were sort of worried about that actually we got in like 1 or 2 takes. It looked really, really amazing.
Because we had done so much work like beforehand to like rehearse for them, and so some of them went smoother than others.
It's always the things that you don't expect, like the knife falling in the right way in the frame takes like 30 times.
30 drops to get it right. Twist the head just a little bit.
Exactly.
Thank y'all for paying attention to the small details too, because like so many times you see people cheaply use CGI to sell the effects, and the fact that y'all went practical with, you know, the effects, it gave it that nostalgic classic horror movie feel before people had Final Cut. You know what I'm saying? They could just do whatever they want with the overlay.
Definitely the way to go. So Finn, we know you wrapped Stranger Things not too long ago. What can we expect from the final season? And how do you feel about this chapter coming to a close?
Pretty insane. I mean, it's, you know, I was here in Atlanta for 10 years of my life, basically. So this is kind of like a second home. And last year I was here for the whole year from January to December and shooting. And so, I mean, I think fans should just be really excited for the end, and like I think everyone has like a really great. I think it wraps up in a really sweet and great way, and I don't know. I'm very proud of it and excited to go on the next chapter of my career for sure.
Blink twice if we get Barbara back. I've been worried about Barbara since season one or two. It's like, she's okay. I know she is. She got to be okay.
Deep down, you're hoping for the cameo.
Yeah, man. It was a stressful show to experience and live through, especially the way the last season ended with like all that stuff coming. Like, yo, how much time do we have before this consumes everything?
Yes. Well, the ticking clock is definitely it's on. But yeah, no, I think people will be really excited about it.
Can't wait for people to see it. Now, I'm going to say 4 names to you guys. Okay. And which one would you guys be most terrified but intrigued by if you were somehow stuck in their minds, all right? Let's start with Alfred Hitchcock. Well, I'll give them all to you. Alfred Hitchcock, Stephen King, Wes Craven, or Jordan Peele?
I think Hitchcock for me would be the person whose mind I'd most want to be in, I guess.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, no, I'd love to know, like, what. I mean, it must be just.
I also feel like he's so good at horror in the daylight, like horror where you least expect it. So it'd be in a way, it would be the scariest of all because these other auteurs, like, you have a moment of rest, maybe, like, you're having breakfast, you could relax, but with Hitchcock, you can never relax.
No.
Like, there's no moment of rest.
I never thought about it from that component.
Yeah.
You know,
Horror in the daylight, that hits hard.
Also, if he was working like now, he would have so much more freedom to show and do whatever he wanted. I can't even really imagine.
Yeah, I don't know what he would. Like what if he was living now? Like what kind of movies he would make? Yeah,
That's super interesting. What a fun thing to think about.
I always liked those Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Do you ever watch those? Mm-hmm. So it's like, it was his television program, and he would do these 30-minute stories, but the beginning of them were always just him introducing them in a really funny way, and that would be amusing. Just like it's like him with a shopping cart being like, "Oh, you want to watch my story? This one's pretty spooky."
That is so funny.
Yo, that was like the seed that was planted, which later I think got us stuff like Goosebumps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you think
Yeah.
about the
It is
OG
like
Alfred
that.
Hitchcock
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
man,
Absolutely.
it's different.
Okay, so Finn and Billy, is it true that you guys are working on like a remake or reboot of the movie Idle Hands? Is that true? And where are you at in that process?
Yeah, we're developing that right now. We have a script that we're super excited about. I would say it's like a reimagining. We love that movie so much. We don't want to do the same thing again, but at the same time, we think that there's a new way we can take that story that's really exciting to us. We can't say too much more about it, but other than we're
super
stoked
excited
about it.
yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I like this production duo, and I hope you guys are always working together and doing stuff. You know, 'cause like sometimes like certain directors and producers, they got their people.
Yeah.
You know, like when like Seth Rogen and them was having a run, and like and you always know you would see either Craig Robinson or James Franco.
Once you
and
put
stuff.
the team together, and you've got a little juice, you got a little magic, you got to run as far as you can.
Hell yeah.
That's what we wanted to. I mean, a big part of this movie is building an ensemble, and also a big part of this movie is, even though it's a horror movie, it's also very much a comedy. It's an ensemble comedy, and the moment that we all met, I think, very strongly felt, oh, I want to make movies with these guys, and the way we made it was like, you know, you go to a summer camp, and it is like camp friends that you keep doing stuff with.
Now, the fun bleeds through the screen, no pun intended. Like, what are the ingredients y'all feel to having a hell of a summer?
Oh man, honestly, like being outside, I think is one. Like I feel like I had so many, you know, as a kid, like just so many summers, like being inside and playing Xbox and like just never going. And like that was the greatest thing ever. And then like I feel like as I got a little, just like even in the last few years of just like having an awesome time like outside or like going on bike rides or like whatever it is. That's like a wholesome answer.
Yeah.
But
But it's a good answer.
yeah.
So if it's a hell of a, in terms of like having a hell of a, I agree.
Like a hell?
Yeah, I
Like
think
having
that.
a terrible summer.
Well,
Yeah.
put yourself, get out of your comfort zone. I think
Yeah.
that's sort of what our
there
movie's
we go.
about in a lot of ways too. Fred, yeah.
How to have a hell of a summer?
Yeah.
Get out of your
Get out of your comfort zone. I would say, don't remember to bring bug spray. Just like really have the elements mess with you, and see how you come out.
Yeah.
Sounds like committing to making mistakes.
Yeah, commit to making,
Which is also a lot of fun. All right, Finn, Billy, and Fred, man, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Of
course.
And a hell of a summer slashes its way through theaters April 4th. Go see it. We've got a lot more side dish in 2 minutes. Welcome back. And now let me ask you something. Have you guys ever wondered what state you would survive the longest in the event of an alien invasion?
Keeps me up at night.
Who hasn't wondered this? Well, a recent study by Giga Calculator reveals which states are ready to squabble up.
So Virginia tops the list at number 1, with Alabama coming in at number 2. Massachusetts slides in at number 3, and New York taking that number 4 spot. And lo and behold, Florida rounds out the 5th spot.
Virginia,
I don't
Alabama.
understand the logic behind how some of these places ranked. I definitely felt like New York was going to be in there, and I thought they would be higher.
I wonder
Well,
if this
New
is
York
guns per
is
capita.
actually in there, but it should have been higher for me.
Because I was thinking, like, you talk about survive. So
Yeah.
the first round of surviving is escaping, right?
Yeah.
We have sewers.
Oh.
Sneaking out in New
But
York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there are really big rats there.
Oh, and the aliens would be afraid of those, and they'd probably give it some rat-borne disease that aliens ain't equipped to deal with. Now, they say the rankings are based on UFO sightings, military presence, food and water supply, number of medical professionals and scientists, and places to run and hide like forests or caves. But with Virginia being number 1, I mean, I guess do you round DC into that?
Ooh, maybe.
I don't know. Virginia has its own type of crazy. But
I think you think about West, though.
no, it's
Regular Virginia?
Yeah, regular Virginia gives spooky dookie to me a little.
Spooky
Not that
dude.
spooky
Yeah, spooky dookie.
Oh, wow.
What state do you feel like should have ranked higher in all of this?
Man, let me tell you right now. I'll tell you right now the states you want to be in. I don't know about this list at all. The states you want to be in for sure are Oklahoma and Kansas. Now, let me tell you why.
Okay.
It's because there are no cities. There's you don't want to be in a city during the alien invasion. Alabama, I don't know about that. Massachusetts got cities. New York got cities. Minnesota, Florida, big cities there. You want to be in a flat, boring area where they have to look hard for you.
Floridians are really crazy though, so I would have expected it to be at least number 2.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's true.
Texas is very flat, and everyone has a gun, even
That's
the
the thing.
babies.
Yeah.
In Texas, because they allow you to have them. When you turn 16, you get a gun in your license.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
True, yeah.
I used to live there. But I don't know. In Georgia, it does check the box on that flat thing that you was talking
Right.
about.
Yep.
Okay.
Most houses have basements, so it can give you a place to
get
be
down.
underground
Yeah.
and strategize. But but who do you think would be the friendliest to them? Oh, what's up, neighbor?
Ooh. You know what? California, real quick, would come out swinging for the aliens.
I think the first person in
so?
California that hands an alien a joint,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's gonna turn the tide of everything.
That's what we do in LA. That's how LA gets down. Doesn't matter where you're from.
Edible.
Yeah,
Right.
Here's our peace offering. You think
Yeah.
you give it a cake? Not only is the aliens' insulin level ain't prepared to deal with the sweets that we have here on Earth. now you high and diabetic.
Yeah.
You're a diabetic
They hit the alien with a freaking 50 milligram gummy. We'll see how you react to that.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Why are we acting like aliens aren't amongst us already?
Word.
The government has already told us. They're here.
Okay, so in your opinion, what do you think they look like? Do you feel like they're humanoid aliens, or do you think they're little big head people with the big eyes, they be drawing sometimes?
No, I think that they can morph into humans.
Oh, okay. They
Yeah.
look like us. They live
Exactly.
like us.
I think that they can transform and be whatever physical that they want.
Can I tell y'all a secret and don't judge me?
Okay, all right, here we go.
So sometimes I like to go to amusement parks. Actually, I always like to go to amusement parks.
Yes.
And because I go to the amusement park so much, sometimes I like to change the view in which I have when I'm at the amusement park.
I believe I'm picking up on what you're putting down, and I too enjoy an experience at an amusement park.
Yeah, so sometimes I eat these things that they grow in the field, the mushrooms. And let me tell you, there have been times where I've been able to look at every person and be like, human, alien, not from here, human, another galaxy.
Yeah.
I do feel like there are people walking around among us that are in disguise.
Yeah, because some of them don't even really look that human.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is there's enough wild us out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, well,
Okay.
move it on before we offend the aliens. Did you know that you could get braces for your dog's teeth? Well, tune in as this vet explains why it may be needed.
Braces for dogs, woof.
Oh my God.
So do dogs get braces? Yes, they can. And it's not for cosmetic purposes. It's for fixing misaligned teeth, crooked teeth, malocclusions. They just can't chew or eat properly their food, so then you get braces for dogs. How much does it cost? It costs as much or more than a human's braces, $4,000 to $5,000, sometimes even more than that. And how long do they have to wear it? A lot less than a human. They have to wear it for sometimes a couple months to maybe even a few weeks. That's amazing. And you will get a beautiful brand new bunch of fangs and nice teeth for the dog. If you can afford it, go for it. It is a lot of money. A lot of people have a hard time just affording braces in general. And always remember, no coke, no drugs. Thank you.
Let me just jump out real quick. Let me just jump out real quick right here. Everyone in that video was one of my cousins. I knew, HK, you've had multiple dogs. Have y'all ever had the family discussion about, we really need to fix up her teeth?
Nope.
Never in a million years.
We don't even brush our dog's teeth.
No, right?
Yeah. We'll throw a little chew thing that's supposed to do it for you, but there ain't no way in hell we're doing this.
So some dogs will have straighter teeth than the actual human.
In some situations, yes.
Oh, wow.
Imagine your dog having a better smile than you, and it licks its own butt and other butts in the neighborhood. What's up with that?
If I'm getting your teeth fixed, Pooch, you can't be doing certain things no more.
Yeah, right?
Do you have any pets?
No, I do not.
But if you had a dog, would you get your dog braces?
Hell no. The dentist didn't even look like he was telling the truth. I'm like, is this a joke?
Is this an April Fool's video?
Right.
Oh.
Maybe.
It has to be a prank.
Also, dogs are cuter the more mangled up their teeth are.
Yeah.
Like, if you show me a dog with a set of like bleeding, I'd be like, no. But the guy who's like got the one hanging out the mouth over here and the one up here like this, come on, that's my dude.
Yeah, like if the dog's teeth is too straight, I would assume it was a human who came back as a dog.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Well,
Too straight. I mean, but some people do like spoiling their pets, and Brat just walked by. I would have loved to get her taken, because like Brat
loves her dog.
Brat treats her dogs like they're humans.
Yeah. Evidently,
my
it's not an
God.
April Fool's thing. Dogs really can have braces. Some of y'all really do have too much time and money on your
and
hands.
please don't ever get your dog veneers. Like, please, no.
Because you said it.
You know this exists. Like somebody somewhere, that's some Bezos stuff right there.
Okay, but
Dog with veneers?
No, but what size veneers will we get for the dog? Are we talking Nori from Drink Champs? Or are we talking like, are we going crazy? Are we doing Steve Harvey big? Like which one are we doing?
Nori definitely has the biggest veneers that I've ever seen in a human's mouth.
I think a couple of them are actually piano keys.
Oh.
Oh wow! There's pictures with dog veneers, but most of them look like
It definitely looks
Photoshop.
AI.
Yeah.
Wait, AI dog veneers?
Yeah, AI.
Can't believe
dog
anything
veneers.
now.
Okay.
Please no.
Okay, all right, with your dogs and braces. Okay, it's Friday, so you know what that means. It's Photo Shoot Friday.
And let's kick it off with Michael B. Jordan and director Ryan Coogler, whose Essence covers are turning us into sinners.
Ooh.
That's an interesting. Like I've never seen Ryan Coogler like with the mustache like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that's wild.
Yeah, that's a cool shoot. I can't wait for that movie to come out. Okay, also, Kerry Washington is showing us the power of purpose in a digital cover for Ebony magazine. Ooh.
Okay,
I like
girl.
a digital cover.
Yes. Okay, girl.
Ooh, that's a
I
shot
love
right
that.
there.
Okay.
Money shot. I love that.
Cha-ching. And last but not least, Blue Origin's badass all-female space crew are flaunting style that's out of this world in Elle's April digital cover. And be sure you check out the exclusive at Elle.com.
Oh, so they're all astronauts?
That's what's up.
That's hot.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind being stuck in a capsule.
That's hot, yeah.
Okay, so that's Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, Gail King's going into space.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Wait, this is like the women who are going up. Oh, we covered this story. This is the women who are going up in Blue. Isn't that what it is? Blue Origin. That's Bezos' spaceship.
Yo, I'm sitting so far back from the monitor that I couldn't tell that any of those people were famous.
Yeah, well, I couldn't see their faces. Is my vision's getting that bad? I can read their names.
These astronauts are
And
baddies.
not only that, I did not know that there were women of color in there.
Well, Gail King's going. Oprah's already went, right? Isn't that the thing?
I don't think Oprah went.
Because
No.
Gail called Oprah about it.
Oprah is literally encouraging her, and I'm saying, girl, no, don't do it, Gail.
So let's just say if something crazy happened, who do you think would assume the role of Oprah's best friend?
Ooh.
Tyler Perry.
Oh.
And then a close second, Ava DuVernay. They hang out a lot.
You know, but I hope everything goes smooth. I mean, because I am excited about the potential of space travel and being able to take, you know, non-astronaut trips to the cosmos. But I was taken aback by when, you know, those people that were stuck in space for like, I don't know, how long were they up there? Like 12 months, 18 months, something like that?
Yeah.
Yo, that lady came back looking 9 months. They said,
oh yeah,
that lady came back looking wild old, like she like she had touched an artifact that she wasn't supposed to touch, and like it turned her hair all gray. Like space takes a toll on your body. If you thought that flight from LA to Atlanta was long,
And that is a hard flight. But I did not think those people were gonna actually make it back.
Really?
Yeah, I was, because they said that they were gonna be stuck for a very longer than they were actually stuck out there.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I'm glad they made it back.
Me too, because we don't need no more tragedies in our lifetime.
No, there's gonna be plenty, unfortunately. All right, after the break, we got celebrity birthdays and so much more. We'll see you back in 2 minutes.
If you're celebrating a birthday today, we hope your loved ones don't take you on a long walk in the park after dark, unless you're Jill Scott, the microphone king. She likes that kind of thing. The songstress Jilly from Philly is celebrating 53 today and wearing it well.
53. Music mogul Clive Davis, still alive, 93 years young.
He doesn't know Diddy.
He don't know Diddy.
And the Magic Man, David Blaine, turned 52.
Whoa, rapper Currency turns 44 today.
And our forever Iron Man, we love you 3000, Robert Downey Jr. is stepping into 60, looking good. Who's going to get the cake? Miss Shyneka, who you giving the cake to?
Robert Downey Jr.
RDJ?
He's forever a bae.
Yo, this is a really impressive list, man. All right, so if you're giving it for Robert Downey Jr., I'm going to have to run it up for Jill Scott. Because she even made an insurance commercial sound sexual. You remember when she Nationwide is on your side?
Oh, yeah.
I really felt like they was on my side the way she sang it. You know what I'm saying?
Who's the other person?
You had Clive Davis.
Clive Davis, definitely not giving it to him.
You got David Blaine.
David Blaine, man. Do you guys follow him? You watch all these tricks and stuff he does?
I went to go see him in Vegas, and I watched him do things for 2.5 hours I can't explain.
I want to see that dude live so bad. He's on my short list. Like, I'm obsessed with that guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a diverse group
Well, I
of
would
people.
love to see Robert Downey Jr.
Absolutely.
live.
Well, are you a Marvel head?
Yes, I am.
You
I
know
love
who
it.
you're about to play, right?
Who?
He about to be Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom. He's about to be the bad guy.
Yes, I can't wait for that.
They just started production on the film. Like the Russo brothers who are directing it just did this Instagram live thing where they ran down all the cast. This is going to be a stacked movie.
Yeah, like most of the budget is paying people.
Yeah, for sure.
Like not even effects. Like, yo, they get all those people there. Wow, man. So shout out to everybody celebrating a birthday. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's celebrating a birthday. And who y'all giving a cake to? We do see some Robert Downey Jr. in there. A lot of Jill Scott love. Oh, y'all hating on Clive Davis. Okay, well, fair enough. Fair
Clive,
enough.
he lost the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, when he tried to act like he didn't know who Diddy was when the reporters ran down him, I'm like, bruh, I know you 92 at the time.
Right.
Your memory ain't that bad, bro.
And we heard the tea on the street, so.
What they saying?
They said that allegedly the word on the street is that maybe he used to
Some of that baby oil was
be
for him.
really, yes, friendly with Diddy. Yeah, I had to get that out.
Cool. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Supposedly.
Well, speaking of celebrities and parties, like, I mean, you out here in these celebrity streets of Atlanta.
Yes.
What is the craziest celebrity party that you went to?
Oh, okay. So it had to be, well, Diddy was actually there, but it wasn't his party. It was a party for Big Meech.
Okay.
And they had all the animals from the zoo at the party.
I've heard about this
at
party.
a club called Compound. And they had giraffes. They had elephants. They had monkeys. They had zebras.
They rented the whole circus.
They had horses. They had everything that you would see in a zoo, and it was absolutely beautiful. And they gifted all the DJs and radio personalities with, I mean, just everything, all kind of luxury gifts.
I thought you were going to say they gave everyone a monkey.
Yeah, I was gonna say they gave everyone a pet to go home.
They gave everybody a puppy.
A little goldfish in a bag full of water.
It's like, bro, I live in an apartment. I don't know if this is going to fly.
They gave everybody a brick.
Now you in business. Well, shout out to all those people that remember those fun Atlanta times. In the meantime, but between time, we got to go to break. Shyneka, can you help us solve a crime?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Are you okay with racial profiling?
Of course, I love that.
It's going down in 2 minutes with everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it?
time for everybody's favorite game, Whose Cousin Is It?
Now imagine being a babysitter and telling a kid that there's no monster under their bed. Then you look under there and you come face to face with a huge situation.
Oh no. Okay. So first off, you are super comfortable with racial profiling, yes?
Yes, very.
Okay. So we're about to get into the hints on this case, and at the end of the day, the criminal is either going to be my cousin.
Okay.
HK's cousin.
Okay. Which could be my cousin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or perhaps a cousin not represented on the couch with us here today.
Okay.
This could be any number of inappropriate ways to identify other cousins.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. So, a 27-year-old man was arrested for hiding under a child's bed in a house he used to live in, but was issued an order to stay away from. When the babysitter spotted his big behind under the bed, the two got into a struggle, and one of the kids got knocked down.
The under-the-bed bandit bounced from the scene before the cops came, but was later captured and charged with aggravated kidnapping, burglary and battery, child endangerment, felony obstruction of a law officer in violation of a protection from abuse order.
Oh, wow.
All right, y'all. It's a bunch of weird scattered details here that puts it in a lot of different places.
This is tricky.
Yeah.
27-year-old man, he used to live in the house, he snuck back in, he's hiding under the bed. I'm gonna say this is my cousin.
Okay.
That sounds like my crazy cousin behavior.
Yeah, like, what you think?
Okay, so I am gonna automatically say our cousin.
Okay.
Because of the big old behind.
Oh.
Yeah, the big behind gave it away.
That was a hint for you.
Yeah.
All
Now,
right.
if they would have said flat, long behind. then
Oh,
that's
if
different.
they would have said a long bottom, the long bottom that was extending at the bottom. Yeah, I get it. I got that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, working backwards, I feel like it can't be other because, like,
Yeah.
usually when they get told to move around, they'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and they keep it pushing because sometimes they ain't supposed to be here, right?
Uh-huh.
Then you got, then you think about us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, house. We
Yeah.
do have houses,
Got it.
but are we so sentimental about said house that we would hide under the bed and risk incarceration just to go visit said house again? So it puts me on Tanner's cousin.
I feel like it's my cousin because I also feel like this is my cousin who perhaps has some medications he probably needs to stay on.
Oh.
And I feel like maybe he got off those medications, and that's probably, like, I don't know. I just happen to see that more with my cousins.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
gonna
thinking
stick
about
with my cousin.
You gonna stick with our cousin?
Okay.
I was thinking lead character from Life Goes On kind of energy.
Okay,
If you know,
okay.
you know.
Ah,
All right. Well, we're gonna figure this out. Thank you for knowing pop culture, because sometimes people just. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Move that van.
Surprise.
Other cousin.
Martin Villalobos.
Villalobos.
With the big old butt. Okay.
Wow.
How about that?
Okay then.
Strong and wrong.
We
hours.
didn't have a lot of
Wrong.
clues. There weren't a ton of clues in this. We didn't get a location,
Yeah.
Fair.
the state or city.
Fair.
We didn't.
They did throw the book at him. Like, he was convicted for several things.
Okay.
That actually
charged.
made him not be your cousin then.
Yeah,
if I was
and
really thinking about
looking
that.
back on that.
Yeah, they'd be like, yo, he was charged with not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And that
He's
would
charged
have
for
been it.
ruin a birthday party. Sir, what?
Yeah, they hit him with the draw 4, the reverse,
Yeah.
the +2, and the
Yeah.
wild
Yeah.
with the charges.
But definitely somebody's crazy cousin. Like,
Big facts,
yeah,
yo.
big
Other
facts.
cousin right
So, Miss Shyneka, it's
Yes.
been such a blast having you on.
Yes.
If people want to tap into your energy, where can they find you?
Well, they can find me on social media at Miss Shyneka, all things me, the morning show, the event that is happening for ladies. It's called Grind Pretty, and I'm being presented with an award at a brunch. So
Did you say
I'm
Grind
excited.
Pretty?
No, Grind Pretty.
Grind Pretty.
Yeah, women that grind and get it out the mud.
Oh,
Yeah. So congratulations to me.
And she's so nonchalant. Like, she mentioned the radio show is like a drive-by. Like, she's syndicated across the country.
There
you
we
can,
go.
You can hear her in most places, all right? She's doing good over here. You know? So big shout out to you.
Thank
big shout out to
you.
y'all in the chat. Thank you so much for watching us in your homes. And side dishing with us, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. And if you got that remote control, hit record all.
yeah.
Record all so you can catch the episodes.
Smash and record all. Guys, that's about all we got for you today. Other cousins, sorry, y'all took one this go around.
It's been amazing, fellas. Thank you for having me.
No, thanks for pulling up, yo.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you in the next lap. Y'all be easy.
Bye.